if you understand the concept behind supply and demand, then I believe forex trading should be easy for you. Now in this video we're going to talk about what is supply and we're going to talk about what is the demand. I'm going to show you how to easily identify the supply zone and how to easily identify the demand zone, and I'm also going to show you how to trade the supply and demand zone. So let's get started. Now, what is a supply and what is a demand in the forex industry? Now, supply is the quantity of a particular currency available for sale at a given price. Now I need you to underline the word sale. Now if you kind of look at this, the word supply starts with an letter S, and we have a selling which starts with letter S. So supply means a sell. All right, now if you kind of try to talk about the demand, then it should be the opposite. All right, now a demand is the quantity of a particular currency that traders are willing to buy at a given price. Now that is the opposite of the opposite of a supply. So now let's talk about how to identify a supply and a demand zone. Right now, remember we said that supply is the quantity of a particular currency that sellers are willing to take at a given price. All right, so to identify a supply zone, we go to the market and identify that level where we had a major selling pressure. So let me just give you this scenario. Come to the market, for example. It doesn't matter any time frame, guys. Okay, so you come to the market and identify the highest level where we had a selling pressure. Okay, so right here, if you try to zoom right here, somewhere around here. So if I hit my replay tool, for example, something or somewhere around that level. All right, so we have a selling pressure around here. Okay, so we might call that a supply zone because we have a selling pressure. Right, now if you go to the lowest level, we need to identify this as a demand because we also had a buying pressure. Okay, so we understand that when price touches this level, we will anticipate a buying pressure, and when price touches this level, we will identify or we will anticipate a selling pressure. So those are the levels we call a supply and demand. Now let me take you to the highest time frame for you guys to understand more. Right now, remember, we're still identifying those levels, and of course, remember, I'm going to show you how to trade the supply and demand the right way. Okay, it doesn't mean that anytime you identify a highest level or a lowest level, then you should be ready to take a sell or take a buy, because there are some certain things that you need to consider, guys. Number one, I need you guys to consider the approach that you see the price is approaching the support level or the supply level or the demand level. Okay, so let's just continue. Let me remove these ones. Right, so if you try to look at this level right here, we had selling pressure, and if you try to have this level too, we had a buying pressure. So you see, anytime price touches this level, it bounces off and tries to go down, and anytime the price touches this support level or demand level, it tries to go all the way up. All right, so I'm going to show you how to easily trade a supply and demand type of a strategy in forex. Okay, now I have two things that I should be looking out for. Number one, how price are approaching the support, or how price is approaching the supply level, or how price is approaching the demand level. Okay, you need to understand those kind of things. Now if you see a reversal pattern, then get ready to take your position. If you see a continuation pattern, then guess what, get ready to take your position. Now we understand that most of the articles that we've read talk about anytime the market touches our supply zone, we do take our sell, and anytime we see price touching our demand zone, we do take our buy position. But then in this video, I want to show you that that is not the way. Okay, so if we have a demand, for example, let me just have this in the normal market. If I have, I'll need to draw. Let me draw this. That is a demand zone, and I have this is a supply. It's all right there. Okay, now if you see, let's say as usual, anytime price hits our supply level right here, people do take their position, anticipating price to go back to the demand zone. And anytime we see price touching our demand zone, people do anticipate that price will go back to the supply zone. Now I want to show you how to trade the opposite way, okay, and then how to be cautious and careful in this market. Now if you see, we have, let me just call this out. In fact, of course, everybody now know about supply and demand. So this level right here, that is our supply zone. Okay, so anytime you see prices approaching this support our supply level right there, look for two things: a reversal structure or a continuation pattern. Okay, now most people will be looking for sales based on the the articles or the gurus. They say that anytime price touches the supply, we should be looking for sales. Okay, but don't just be biased. Don't only look for sell position. Just try to understand the market behavior. If price is at the supply level and is giving you a continuation pattern, which is a bullish flag, don't look for sell position. Guess what? Let me just have this. Let me try to magnify. Let's magnify this level right here. Okay, if you see price is doing this, have it right here, something like this, right there. And of course we had, price came from the demand, and you see price trying to play around this supply level right here, something like this. The next thing you need to do, have that trend line the way I did, and look for a reversal pattern, which is an inverse head and shoulder or a double bottom, and you go in for buys instead of going in for sales. I hope you guys are not confused. Okay, and vice versa. If we see price is approaching our demand zone, something like this, and it gives us a continuation pattern, something like this, a bullish flag, a bearish flag, sorry, then guess what? Have your trend line somewhere right this, somewhere right there, and look for a reversal pattern with a head and shoulder or a double top. Then take your sell position instead of taking your buy in the demand zone. Then we are going to take our sell in the demand zone, right? I hope you guys are not confused. Right now, that's just a scenario. Let me just give you that in the real market. Right, let's try to understand this level right here where we had a supply and demand. Okay, let's have this. Okay, all right, now if you want to take a buy on a demand zone, look for a reversal to a double bottom or an inverse head and shoulder. If you want to take a sell in a supply level, look for a reversal, look for a double top or a head and shoulder. And if you don't see those kind of pattern, don't make any decision. Okay, I hope you guys get that. Now remember, if you see a price approaching a supply and it gives you a continuation pattern, look for inverse head and shoulder to take your buy entry, or look for a double bottom to take your buy entry. And if you see price approaching our demand level in a continuation pattern, look for a head and shoulder or a double top to take your sell position. I hope you guys are getting what I'm trying to say. Now if you kind of look at this, we had price came down, then gave us a double bottom. So that was just a good confirmation that we should take a buy to take the market all the way up. And you see price went all the way up. Now over here we see price broke right there. Now it broke with an impulse. Now it doesn't mean when price takes out a support level or a supply level or a resistance level, it doesn't mean that we are changing direction, right? You need to understand how it did break out of that level. If it gave you an impulse, do wait for a correction. All right, that's when you need to take your entry. Let me just give you a scenario where we have, all right, right here we see price did this. Right here we had a price came down all the way down, and guess what? Gave us this. Now the first thing you need to understand, that price tried to give us an inverse head and shoulder right here, which was invalid because we had all that drop. Now if you kind of look at this, we might have this or call that as a bearish flag. Now you remember, most people are going to take their buy position anytime price touches our demand zone somewhere right here. And you see, this is the danger of just having a bias that anytime the market touches a supply or a demand zone, you look for a buy or a sell position. So you see, that is what happened. But if you kind of see, price just gave us a bearish flag, then that's why you see the market drop. All right, you see we had this bearish flag and it dropped. Now if people are looking for buy as usual, they were taken out. I hope you guys are getting what I'm saying. I hope you're not confused, and if you're not getting it, then try to rewatch this video. All right, okay, I hope that sunk in, guys. So if you don't understand, then try to rewatch this video, and I believe I should make a part 2 of this video in depth. So adios, my amigos, peace.